All right, welcome to episode, 14 of this show, this weekly pod that we continuously do and nobody watches.
The important people watch it. That's
yeah. So
quality, not quantity.
So Scott, John, my father, and that's it. So my name is Frank Rapp, and yeah.
And I'm Matt Vachon.
And this is the weekly wrap with Vachon and Rapp. And well, we were going to talk about WrestleMania, I guess, to start, but I don't know, because I don't know if we will or not. I think we'll just maybe wait a little bit. What a week it was. Lots of stuff happened this week. Raw was a tape show because they had to get out of the Thunderdome leading up to WrestleMania. So not a whole lot happened on Raw. A lot of talk, a lot of bullshit. No one watches it. So we'll skip over that. Wednesday night was interesting. I thought AEW flat out sucked this week.
Well, because last week was so good too,
Yeah, last week was a really good show. This week was a really not good show. And this was a live show this week too.
Yeah.
So the Bucks are heel?
I guess so.
Does anyone care?
No.
Okay. All right, we're on that boat.
Because 2 weeks from now they're gonna turn face again, and I don't know. It's not gonna be anything good.
No, it's really not.
Like just any angle with the Bucks, I'm not interested in.
I don't think anybody is.
Yeah.
At this point. I mean, the best thing on that show was the Jericho promo, honestly.
Yeah, and that promo fucking ruled.
Yeah, it was a good promo. I don't know. Was anything even watchable on that show? Like, I cringed. I was like, man, this shit sucks. Like, nothing was really any good. Like, Hangman Page fought that Max Caster to open the show.
Yeah.
Why are we pushing Hangman again? Like, what are they doing?
Well, like I said through text, it's like, okay, not only just why are you pushing Hangman, but why are you pushing Hangman against a guy who's part of a tag team? So it's not a match that means anything because he goes back to his tag team and Hangman, just does whatever. So it's like, if you're gonna push him, put him against like a single competitor who's who you want to push to or whatever. But I don't know. Yeah, it didn't do too much for me.
No, the Jurassic Express versus Bear Country, that was a fucking mess.
Yeah.
That was a complete mess.
Yeah.
I watched that and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, it was awful. And Bear Country's decent.
Yep.
And Jungle Express, they're decent too, but man, that was a mess.
Yeah.
Like, maybe just off night, like, I guess. I don't know, but it was not. I was fairly disappointed in AEW on Wednesday. The end where the Bucks turned and they wouldn't hit Kenny, and I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. Like, so you take your longest reigning champ, Moxley, make him lose to Omega, and now he's complete shit.
Yeah.
They've made him complete shit in 5 months. Because what do you do with him now? He loses all the fucking time now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Nobody ever got over by losing all the time.
No, like, he hasn't won. I mean, he's beat some people on like Dark that nobody fucking cares about or watches, but like on the main show, he's been losing and getting his ass kicked and not getting any revenge, really.
Yeah.
Where are we going with this? Like, what are we gonna have, another fucking death match with nothing happens? Like, I don't know. Like, this is why Tony Khan's booking. This is why Cornette bitches so much, because his booking sucks.
Yeah,
he has no idea what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah,
like, there's no stories for nothing. Like, okay, so you've killed Moxley. Now, what do you do with him?
Right.
I mean, why they're making the TV champ? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I just don't know. Like, I don't, yes, it's all friends wrestling. I get that. And yeah, they're really pushing their friends. I just don't. I don't know. Like I'm kind of like turned off by it now, and I've been a big fan since day one. But now I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, it's too bad. Someone. It'd be so cool to bring a guy into the fold like Cornette, but there's so much bad blood between all the AEW people in Cornette that it would never happen. But
Cornette will probably never work for a promotion again because no one wants to listen to what he says. Yeah, some of it is kind of archaic and kind of, well, I get it, but he caters to fans like me, you, John, Scott, to the older. We're not saying that we're not older, but we're old enough to know what we like, and that's the stuff that we like. This new generation, this is all they're used to, is this fucking sports entertainment garbage. Like, if I want to watch sports entertainment, I want to throw on Peacock and watch the shit on Peacock. I want to watch old shit that they haven't put up yet.
Right.
I want to watch pro wrestling. I don't want to watch fucking, But so we'll get out of AEW for a minute because whatever. Speaking of pro wrestling, NXT Stand and Deliver night 1 and 2. Well, they fucking delivered.
Yeah.
They were two killer shows. Honestly, they blew away AEW. They might have even blown away night 1 of WrestleMania last night. They killed it on both nights.
But that was kind
of that's expected now.
We called that,
Yeah. Yeah, that's expected. They do that every year. They've done it every year for the last 6 years.
Yeah, right.
And in 2015, they did a non-televised event, and it's fucking sold out. And it was better than the 2015 WrestleMania and whatever at SoFi Stadium or whatever that place is called, and where the 49ers play.
Yeah.
Remember, NXT, they didn't have a live show. They just did a house show, and they blew everybody out of the water.
Yeah.
But no, it was night 1 was great. Night 2 was probably better than night 1, but even I have no complaints. It was Ciampa and Walter killed each other. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
That might have been my favorite match of the whole weekend.
Yep.
Did you watch it, or are you just gonna say?
I said no. Wow.
Wow, you actually watched it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I kind of had to.
Yeah, good.
Because like I said, I was more looking forward to that than actual WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
So like that at WrestleMania just feels like a chore right now, but it's like
well, we'll talk about that. I mean, we'll talk about how much of a chore WrestleMania was. So I mean, I won't get off topic, but last night wasn't that bad, but we'll talk about that in a little while.
Yeah.
But night 2, night 1, Ciampa and Walter killed it. It was, and then Raquel Gonzalez won the women's title at the end. That was great. Night 2, man, Cole O'Reilly went 40 minutes and just beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, a good 40 minutes too. Just like not a lot of dead space,
No, they told a good story. Like 15 minutes in, O'Reilly was gonna was it pile drive him or DDT him on the steps, and he was like, I don't know if I can. 15 minutes later, same spot. Cole's like, yeah, fuck you. Boom. I was like, yes. Like, that's the storytelling that we desperately love and miss.
Right.
It was good. They probably could have cut a little bit of time off and I would have been fine with it, but I'll take it. It was great. Balor and Karrion Kross, I thought that was good for what it was.
Yep.
Not a big Karrion Kross fan because he's also known as Killer Kross, but couldn't be killer in the WWE because we're family friendly. He's decent hand. Balor's Balor. Balor's going to give you, Balor's going to give you a good match every time out. But people forget Balor's in his early 40s or late 40s now. And he still can go. Gargano and that big fucker Bronson Reed, that was a good match. Gargano's, he's so good.
Yeah, I know.
So good.
Yeah.
The ladder match was a banger of a match to open the show. I was like, wow, okay. There was really no story there, but hey, it was a car crash. I don't care. I'll watch a car crash any day.
So slightly off topic.
Oh no!
Did you see the War Games ring, like on like for sale, the ringside?
No,
ringside exclusive or whatever. But They have the War Games ring set. It's pretty thick.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll talk about toys too, because I sent you a link.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. All right. So we'll talk about it now.
All right.
Fuck, we're gonna talk toys because we'll take a little bit of a break here, man. How about all the shit coming out?
Yeah, yeah, and it's all like so good. It's all so cool.
Yeah, John sent me that, and I forwarded it to you, and I was like, you gotta watch this shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
The Cactus Jack in the ECW with the bang bang fingers and the ECW tag belt.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
The Legends with Bigelow with the ECW belt.
Yep.
Dude, I'm just like, what? Like, all this stuff is great. Like, it's all gold. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
a new Macho Man's coming out. Like, man. And it actually has coffee creamer with the figure, because it's when he did the promo cream with a crop. They put I'm like, and there's a Chase figure. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna spend so much goddamn money.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's gonna be very mad at me. She's in the next room, so I gotta keep my voice down.
Start investing in those Visa debit cards. And
Probably not.
Yeah.
We're going to Florida, so I'm probably not going to be buying a whole lot. So.
Oh, nice. When are you doing that?
October.
Yeah.
So we'll have to do our show from Florida.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting outside by the pool. I'll be like, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go. The plan is to go in October, end of October.
Yeah.
We'll be down there for Brooklyn's birthday. So
nice.
It'll
That's
be
cool.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. Do Disney and all that.
Yeah, already booked the house and stuff like that, so we're good. Nice. So, but yeah, man, those toys, the retros are coming back. The Piper and Mean Gene mock-up, I was like, at the end, I was like, for real? Like,
yeah. I mean, my only complaint was that on the Piper was that he wasn't half black. I mean, so maybe we'll get that.
I'll just see if I could find that for you.
That figure? No, yeah. I look all the time. And it's just, it's like either never available, or when if it does ever show up, like the price on it is so nuts. But
yeah,
I just love that it exists. Like that's
true. That's true. That Sid with the referee's outfit, and then you can take it off, and he's got the red singlet from WCW. That's classic.
Yeah. Yep.
That's so cool. The Colonel Mustafa, they have a figure up. I was like, oh my god, Big John Studd with that red robe. I was like, man,
yeah, that one's really cool.
That is really cool.
A bunch of them are really cool, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, really, he wasn't like that great, maybe, but when I was a kid, I thought Big John Studd was fucking awesome because he was big, like at the time,
Yeah, he just
so I was happy to see that figure. I was like, that's really cool.
It is really cool. And Andre hated him, so that made it even better.
Yeah.
So Andre would step on his hair and shit, and didn't like him because he was a big guy. I'm the only giant.
Yeah.
I need another bottle of wine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, those and then what else? And then there was that. What else was in there? There was a bunch of other good shit in there too. I can't remember off the top of my head. The Savage one with the Chase with there's a couple. Oh yeah, the Monsters of the Universe, whatever, with like Bret Hart and Andre, and I think Hogan's with Andre and stuff like that, or whatever that's called. Yeah, I got like one of them, I think, or two of them somewhere. So
yeah,
I don't know, man. It's definitely going to be interesting to see, because they said they're going to announce more retro information at the Comic-Con in San Diego. So
yeah, when's that?
I don't know. October, around Thanksgiving, I think. It was supposed to be in the summer, but I think they pushed it back. So, I saw a commercial last night on WrestleMania. Not to change subject, but WWE 2K22 is coming out, and they showed Mysterio.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's better than 2K20 was.
Yeah, I haven't haven't bought it in I don't know. It's probably been 2 or 3 years since I purchased it.
Yeah.
Just because like every year it comes out and it just kind of gets shit. They're not really doing anything new, to it. It's all. So it's like kind of you buy one game, you don't need to buy another one for like 5 years.
True. The best wrestling game ever was No Mercy for the Nintendo 64.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah.
So I guess we'll talk. We'll talk about Moxley again. So Moxley had a hell of a weekend. Did you see what Moxley did over the weekend?
I didn't see the entire match, but I watched clips of it.
So him and Barnett had a banger of a match Thursday.
Yeah.
And he was bleeding the crimson mask, as JR says, like bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty gross.
Yeah. He lost via ref stoppage, which is fine. No problem. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
Then the next night he shows up again. Nick Gage fought Ricky Shane Page in a, how can I describe this? A death match, I guess, like an actual death match, but with no exploding barbed wire and stuff. There was one point where I saw Ricky Shane Page throw Nick Gage through a pane of glass.
Yeah, I didn't see any highlights from that one.
They were hitting each other with light tubes.
Yeah.
So Nick Gage won the title back, the GCW title, whatever that's called. Moxley shows up at the end and challenges him, and they're going to have an actual death match.
Where someone has to die?
Well, according to Omega, maybe.
Yeah.
But it looks like they're going to have a death match. I don't know if it's going to be, I don't know when it's going to be. But yeah, he's going to fight Nick Gage in a death match.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, at least this one will be real.
Yeah.
Well, real enough. I mean, at least they won't have any, fake exploding stuff that doesn't happen in the end. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And then sparklers go off and you're like,
or Roman candles.
Yeah. I think I texted you and went, what was that? Or something along those lines. But hey.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, looks like they're gonna have a real death match with going through glass and light tubes and tables and doors and
barbed wire.
Probably.
Thumbtacks.
Yeah.
Bear spray.
Yeah. Maybe a gun. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, look, that's cool. Like, good for you. Like, but I don't really need to see that.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing the highlights on Twitter about it, I was like, man, this is like, okay, I don't really need to go through glass. I don't want to see grown men get thrown through glass and get hit with light tubes for, $30. So
yeah,
this is what Cornette calls outlaw mud shows, and even though I'm probably petrified of Nick Gage, but please don't come kill me. It's just my opinion. So
well, I'm petrified of all these guys.
So that happened, and then I read this morning that our good friend Teddy Hart showed up unannounced and uninvited, and they threw him out.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
No shit.
Yeah, one of the wrestlers threatened to kick his ass if he because he tried to get back in the locker room. He goes, "Get the fuck out of here," more or less.
No shit.
Yeah, he showed up at the IWC show, their pit fighter show where they, no ropes or whatever, and they threw him out of the building. So,
damn.
Yeah, Dickinson posted a picture with him on Twitter, him and Davey and Teddy, and got shit for it. And then he deleted it, and then he defended himself. Like, look, he just wanted a picture. I'm not friends with him, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, people get a bunch of shit. So,
yeah.
Oh, Teddy Hart. He's never going to learn.
No.
He's no longer welcome anywhere, I don't think.
Anywhere.
So there's that. There was lots of good wrestling over the weekend. If you were a wrestling independent fan, there was lots of good stuff out there. The GCW ran a bunch of shows for the last 3 days. That channel, IWTV, they ran shows all weekend too. Like the GCW shows were outside.
Yeah.
They ran him outside, and yeah, down in Florida. It looked like it was in a parking lot.
Yeah,
but it's fine. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone, because everyone takes advantage of the WrestleMania stuff, so they'll go where they go, which is, I mean, I would get it too. Smart business.
Yep. Exactly.
What else happened this week? I was gonna talk. I forgot. I was gonna say something else. I forgot all about it.
And the Masters this weekend too. Or are you talking about just wrestling?
Just wrestling right now. I'm trying to think what. Oh, Dark Side of the Ring dropped.
Yeah.
The first 6 episodes.
Yeah.
So Pillman's a 2-hour special on May 6th.
Yeah.
Dude, they're doing a show on the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. And it's gonna be awesome. I don't know. They're all so well done, you know. But I'm definitely looking forward to the Pillman one. And the Warrior one I'll always be interested in, but
they're doing one about Nick Gage too.
Yeah.
They interviewed David Arquette, and David Arquette is quoted as saying, "Oh yeah, I was in way over my head."
Yeah, yeah, that was a cool little promo or whatever preview.
Did you ever watch that match?
No.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, don't. It's not.
I saw same thing. I saw kind of clips and just saw him getting his ass kicked, and I was like, well, who the fuck wants to watch some actor get his ass kicked, you know?
So it looks like the first 6 episodes are Pillman, Nick Gage, WCW's New Japan's Collision in Korea, the Ultimate Warrior, Grizzly Smith, and then the Dynamite Kid.
That'll be a good one too.
Yeah. And then there's going to be, it's like 2 parts. So this is like part 1, and then there's part 2 like in the fall.
Yeah.
It looks like it's FMW, XPW, AK Bruiser Bedlam and Johnny K9. I have no idea about that story.
Yeah.
And the Plane Ride from Hell and Chris Canyon.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the Bruiser Bedlam and Johnny K9 had something to do with the fact they got busted by the feds for something, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Neither am I. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's a great show. Then this past week they had the what do they call it? The Confidential or whatever.
With New Jack, right?
With New Jack.
I didn't watch it. What did they post about it? Like his mugshots or shit?
No, I mean it was the same, kind of as the week before, where it was like I didn't learn anything new, kind of. It was just a little bit just more of the same. There wasn't a whole lot of new added things that I thought was, it's cool to watch the interviews and stuff like that. But yeah, they showed, I think they went more in depth on that, what's his name, Tiny Terror or whatever, that black midget wrestler, like all his figures that he made, like some of them with like real pubic hair. He cut his own pubic hair for like an afro on one of them. And but I think, they kind of did. They looked a little bit deeper into like his homemade finger, just for his homemade figures for like, I don't know, another 5 minutes or whatever. But that was kind of like weird. But yeah, it was, I don't know. New Jack's New Jack. Did you like New Jack when you were big into your ECW stuff?
Not much.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool coming out to Dr. Dre. But I really, he wasn't really. No, the mass transit incident really did it for me. I was like, he literally more or less cut that guy's face off. Like, and then watching that, I fast forwarded through that because I cringed. I was like, this is not. And then that other guy at the end that he fucking shanked more or less, like,
he stabbed like 9 times. Or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not into that stuff. Like,
me neither. They beat the shit out of that old guy.
Yeah.
It was it was different, but I thought it was funny, how he's gotten away with like so much stuff, like he's talking about, he stabbed that guy, and the guy that he stabbed was like, okay, I'll drop the charges, we'll turn this into an angle, we'll take it on the road. He's like, yeah, okay, cool. He drops the charges and he's like, all right, I'm out of Florida, I'll see you. So, you know.
Yeah, and this will probably get me some flack, but New Jack is what's wrong with professional wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why pro wrestling gets a bad name for people like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't shank people more or less. Like, that's not wrestling.
It's just frowned upon, you know.
It's not wrestling. That's not.
Yeah. I've never really been into any of the hardcore stuff. Like, it's not like the story isn't there for me. You know, it's just you're just fucking bludgeoning people. You know, it's like, who gives a shit? Like,
I'm gonna go bludgeon people. I'll go to the poorhouse on a Saturday night at midnight.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, like you said, I'm excited for this episode. I'm excited for this season coming up. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, they're all just so well done.
Oh,
so it doesn't matter like what the topic is. It's gonna be interesting anyway. So
yeah, Pillman 2 hours is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot there.
Yeah. I hope there's a lot of Austin.
Yeah, he got interviewed for it.
Yeah.
I mean, because they were best friends.
Yeah.
That chain he has, that was from Pillman.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm sure his kid's on it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's going to be good.
Yep.
All right. So we'll talk WrestleMania, even though you didn't finish it yet, but we'll still talk about it. The best part about the whole thing was it started 45 minutes late. I got an alert around like 5 that was like severe weather in the area, and I'm like, oh, this is not going to be good. Like, they're like, yeah, seek shelter, fans. Oh, great. That's exactly what you want to hear when you're in an outdoor football stadium.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, it looked like from what I could tell, it rained and there was high wind. The wind knocked over chairs. And,
yeah.
I guess everything was all wet and it was a mess. But overall, it wasn't a bad show.
Yeah.
Wrestling wise, I'm really surprised Lashley kept the title.
Yeah.
The tag team turmoil match was a fucking mess. I really hope Tamina and Natalya win tonight, but they probably won't. That'd be a nice story. I mean, both their fathers are dead. One killed a lady and one just had a heart attack, I think. So, that would be nice. That would be nice. Let's see. Cesaro and Rollins killed it. I thought that was good. Finally, Cesaro gets a win at WrestleMania, which is fantastic. What was 4?
Oh, he never had a win at WrestleMania before. Or?
He won the Battle Royal, and that was about it.
Yeah,
and which they said when they started it. Yeah, this will be on WrestleMania for years to come. It was on fucking SmackDown Friday. It wasn't even on WrestleMania. So yeah. So there goes that word, Vince. Took you 6 years to take it off fucking WrestleMania. So and I'm sorry, the pre-show doesn't count. So technically it's been off WrestleMania for like 2 it was on 30 and I think 31, and then it was on the pre-show going forward, I believe. Or maybe it was on 32. But still.
Yeah.
AJ and his big tall guy won the tag titles, which was okay. Strowman and Shane was a mess, which we all knew it would be. Shane had to jump off the top of the cage like a fucking goof. And
well, that's I was like, okay. Well, as soon as they said it was a cage match, it's like, okay, Shane's going off the top of the cage. It's like he has to jump off. So, like, that's
just what he does. Yeah. Bad Bunny, really impressed. Did a really good job for a celebrity. Yes, I know he's been training and stuff like that, but he did good. Booker T was a guest commentator for that match. Imagine that, huh?
Yeah, right. How'd they get him?
He had nothing else to do other than the pre-show, so sure. Yeah. And then Bianca and Banks killed it at the end.
Bianca won.
And that's how they ended the show.
Yeah.
So overall, it was actually one of their better nights of pro wrestling. Wasn't a lot of shit. There was a couple things like Bailey interrupted the NWO, which I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
she interrupted Cole and somebody else and at the announce table, but it sucks that she doesn't have a match. There's been rumors that they're going to do something tonight, and
Yeah.
she's going to fight Becky, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'll believe that when I see it. I mean, that'd be kind of a surprise, but who cares? I mean,
yeah. I don't know. I haven't looked at the matches for tonight, but
well, if you think about it,
Yeah.
Their main event 2 years ago, all three women are not even on the card right now.
Yeah.
Because 35 was Charlotte versus Becky versus Ronda, and none of them are there this year.
Yeah.
2 years later, none of them are even on the card.
Yeah. Where's Charlotte? Is she hurt?
Well, speaking of Charlotte, a couple weeks ago when they said that she had COVID, they told her she was pregnant. So they took her off TV, and then they realized that she wasn't actually pregnant.
And her boyfriend's off the.
Yeah, her boyfriend got released.
Yeah.
Andrade.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. I didn't really care for him anyway, but
no.
Yeah. I didn't know if that was going to create beef with Charlotte or not. But
I don't think so. I mean, she's like, one of the best women they have. So no, but yeah. So she got COVID, and then they told her she was pregnant, and then they said, "Oh no, you're not pregnant." So
yeah,
I guess it was a little bit of a mess.
Yeah,
because we both know how well the WWE doctors are. So
yeah,
just ask CM Punk, he'll tell you.
Yeah, just ask him.
All right, so night 2 tonight is we'll run through real quick, and then night 2 is it's going to be Natalya and Tamina versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, which no one cares about. The Fiend versus Randy Orton.
Yeah, with Alexa Bliss.
Yeah. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn with Logan Paul. Do you know who Logan Paul is?
He's a YouTube guy. That's all I know.
There you go. Big E versus Apollo Crews in a Nigerian drum fight. And I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding.
I know. Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, "Well, what the fuck's that?"
It's more or less a street fight.
Yeah.
But they called it can you get any more racist than that?
Well, we got 2 black guys. We got to make it African. God damn.
Chocolate titty. Oh, I can't say that. Sorry. Riddle versus Sheamus for the United States title.
Yeah.
Asuka versus Rhea Ripley for the women's title, the Raw women's title, and then Edge versus Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title.
Yeah.
Which could be the match of the whole WrestleMania.
Yeah. I hope they open with
it. You hope what?
I said I hope they open with it.
Were they going to close with Asuka and Rhea Ripley?
Yeah. Or Logan Paul.
Oh my God, they're going to close with Logan. They're going to close with John's 2 favorite wrestlers, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. He'd kill himself.
No, he'd go to bed early.
He might go to bed early anyway. So,
right.
Look, I said this for a couple of weeks. I'm not really excited for any of this. I'm more excited for after when Jericho comes on Austin's show.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be awake, but I mean,
yeah, I'm watching it tomorrow. I won't catch it tonight, but I'll catch it tomorrow.
I mean, I might stay up. I mean,
whatever.
Fuck work. Who cares?
You can watch it at work.
Yeah, I probably maybe I'll do that instead. I watch golf at work on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah. So who you got?
For what?
In the Masters.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't. So I went to Home Depot around 6 last night, so I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the rest of it, but Matsuyama, where the hell he came out of like nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Jordan Spieth, but I don't think he stands a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, Matsuyama, he's got a 4-shot lead going in today.
Yeah.
I mean, Sunday's always a fun day because some people make a move. I mean, it's gonna be interesting. When they got that rain yesterday, that place kind of got soft, so he took advantage of it. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be fun this afternoon. That's for sure. I'll have it on. So
it's just weird, like for me, because like Tiger's like far and away like my favorite golfer ever.
Mine
So
too.
it's like, um, so it's like I pull for him always, like regardless. And so now I'm like, well, if he's not there, I don't even care who wins. I just hope everyone has a good time.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 100% I agree with. But here's the thing is too, it's like Tiger did such a good thing. Like people, you know what I mean? Like he won the Masters in 97 by so many.
Yeah.
And so many people like loved him. And then he had the fall where everyone hated him for a while.
Yeah.
And then we find out this week that he was doing 87 and a 45
Yeah.
and hit the tree going 75 miles an hour. So he's lucky to be alive.
Yeah. Woke up, thought he was in Florida.
Yeah.
So
I wake up and sometimes I think I'm in Brewer, but I'm really in my own bed. So oh man, is this my office? Oh no.
yeah.
Oh wait, I've only done that a couple times. It's okay.
Yeah.
No, but it's weird without Tiger because Tiger draws all the fans in.
Yeah.
And he pops the rating.
Yeah.
You know, because when he won 2 years ago on that Sunday morning, I mean, I watched the whole thing. I mean, I still have that.
Awesome.
I had that on YouTube that I still watch I still watch that the final broadcast from 2019.
Yeah.
I have it saved on my YouTube and I watch it.
Yeah.
Because it was when Molinari had the lead and then hit it in the water on 12 and Tony Finau hit it in the water, then Tiger just gets up there, plops on the green, 2 putts for par and then fucking ties for the lead.
Yeah.
It's like
it was fucking awesome. Like I can't remember what we had. Like I think it was maybe my niece's first communion. Yeah, I think it was my niece's first communion. And so they rented up like little after party after the ceremony, rented the upstairs part at Heroes. And so I was like, get the TV. I was like, watching Tiger. And so whenever Tiger does well, I text my brother Tony, and I always just say, Tiger's back and he's on the prowl. And I just say that, like, I just like constantly just fucking hammer him with it. But yeah, I don't know. Like all my favorite watching golf memories are all Tiger Woods related. So
yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been
it's a huge bummer, not only for, we don't know where he is really physically, if he'll ever be able to play in another Masters again, but I don't know. I hope he's back in some capacity, and
well, he's the captain of the president, the Ryder Cup. Is it the Ryder Cup this year?
Ryder Cup.
He's a president of the Ryder Cup this year, so
yeah.
Hopefully he can be back for that in September-ish.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be on a little wheelchair riding around.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Casey Martin got to use a cart, so
that's true. Casey Martin had one leg, right?
I can't remember if he had some kind of like disability. I don't know if it was like MS or something where like walking was hard, but I don't know. I hope he's all right. But I love him. Still love him.
Me too. The Stanford women won the national championship last Sunday by 1. Yep. That was a good game. And then Gonzaga trust all my hopes and dreams of getting any money, and they lost. So
I had no money in it, but I had Gonzaga too, and they came out pretty flat. So
pretty flat. That's an understatement. Yeah. Holy fuck. Baylor took that game over. And
quickly early and never looked back. So
no.
Yeah.
Well, oh well. So it's just another team in college basketball that gets to the final game and can't fucking win and go undefeated. So
yeah.
This is the third time they've lost in the title game. Gonzaga, I think, in a couple of years, because they went in 2017 and they went sometime before that, and they have never won. So
yeah.
Oh well, there's your second place trophy.
Yeah.
Best team all year, and you can't fucking win at the end. That's sad.
Yeah.
Oh well, it happens all the time.
Yep. 07 Patriots.
Yeah.
It still hurts, but yeah. I don't know. It was just a crazy week in general. We lost, 2 Titans, DMX and Coach Red from the main hockey team. So,
Yeah, Coach Red was playing golf apparently, from what they said.
Yeah, up at Penabe, and then just either had a heart attack or something, just dropped. But man, yeah,
I forgot he was on Sean Walsh's staff.
yeah, yeah.
He
When he was actually red, when he actually had the red mustache and
the red hair, yeah. Now he was gray and didn't have anything.
Yeah, white, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks because I mean, let's be real, like they haven't been any good since Sean Walsh left.
Yeah.
Well, died.
Yeah, died, yeah.
Because when Tim Whitehead took over, it was all Sean Walsh's kids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then when all those kids went through, Tim Whitehead couldn't recruit to save his fucking life.
Right. Well, yeah, because he got rid of fuck, I can't think of his name, but the guy who was like their big recruiter, he basically was like, yeah, cool. He shipped him out, you know.
Yeah.
Which sucks because that guy, between all the people he recruited at Grant Stanbrook is his name, but all the people he recruited, not like University of Wisconsin and then at UMaine, you know, like Korea and everything, and in Wisconsin, he's the one that recruited like Chelios and all that. Like when Chelios got into the NHL Hall of Fame, he was like, Grant, you gotta come. Like he's like, I'll fly you out, I'll pay for everything. You gotta come out. You gotta be there. So, but yeah, so this guy like all those great players in like the '90s, those were all people that Grant Stanbrook recruited.
Right.
And that Whitehead had this built-in great, ace up his sleeve, like recruiting guy, and he basically told them to, yeah, you're old. Yeah. See you later.
Yeah, and if Whitehead didn't do that, Whitehead would still have a job.
Yeah.
I mean, because Maine would still be a powerhouse in hockey, but they're not. They're the fucking doormats of Hockey East now.
Yeah. And so I'm, my big thing, I used to have season tickets when Whitehead was still the coach. And I mean, I spent, countless games chanting, fire Timmy, hire Jimmy, trying to get Jim Montgomery, because I mean, everyone knew Whitehead was going to go. And then, the AD at the time gave him some ridiculous fucking contract. And then he, left and went to Miami. And then, so they had to eventually get rid of Whitehead and they owed him a shit ton of money. But, and then Montgomery had already moved on. He went to, I think, like Denver. Colorado College.
Yeah.
And they won the national championship out there.
Yeah, like his first or second year. And then he was the coach at Dallas, and then he got fired.
Yeah, for drinking and using curse words. And so now he's an assistant coach somewhere. I can't remember, on one of the teams, but I'm like, holy fuck. I'm like, I know, Red isn't even in the ground yet, but it's like, man, gotta bring Jimmy home, man.
You gotta call. You gotta make the call.
Yeah, for sure.
If you have any sense of any hockey history in Maine, for UMaine, you got to make that call.
Yeah.
And you got to say, look, Jimmy, you have a past.
Yeah.
We're not, yes, we have to discuss it a little bit because yes, it's, you can't do this shit.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to be on a short lease for your first couple of years and you turn this fucking program around, and you can't fuck around and do that shit that you did in the pros. Like that shit stops.
Yeah.
And someone needs to have a real conversation with him saying that. But the problem is these fucking assholes that run these universities and the ADs don't have these conversations.
Yeah. Right.
Because they're too fucking afraid to lose their own fucking jobs. Well, motherfucker, you need to tell this is my expectations of you. If you don't fucking meet him, you're fucking gone. Like it's not that hard.
Yep.
But I mean, we'll see how it goes out. I mean, you know how the media is around here. They don't have a fucking clue. Like these these writers and sportscasters, they have no fucking clue about anything. They're not fucking journalists. The fucking best journalist they have is Larry Mahoney.
Yeah.
And he's kind of dialed in, but not a lot because I mean, there hasn't been a lot of stuff going on.
Right.
And UMaine's football team, their last two games got postponed or canceled because New Hampshire had COVID issues and so did Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Sucks for those kids, so they're gonna focus on the fall.
Yeah.
It's just it's a mess. You feel bad for Red and his whole family and everybody up there because it's unexpected and it's a shame. It really is.
Yeah.
We didn't know him personally or anything like that, but still, we're from up here. It sucks when this happens to somebody that was that well respected and has been around the program for that long, left and came back, and didn't really have a lot of success because they weren't very good.
Yeah, right.
I think Tim was Jimmy Howard a Whitehead recruit?
Well, I mean, yeah, he was the coach when he came in, but I don't know if that was a Stanbrook recruit or
Right.
if
I don't either.
Yeah,
because that was that's been the last best main player to come through there, right?
Yeah. Gustav Nyquist was like, he had a few good years in Detroit, but he hasn't. He's with, I think, Columbus now, and not. I think he's been injured so far this season.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've had a few guys that have made it to the NHL. Devon Shore, Ben Hutton, Swayman is backup goalie for the Bruins now. Who I think he's like 2-1.
Yeah.
Um, but
But
yeah,
in the heyday, they haven't had anything since their heyday, really.
No.
I mean, that team that went 42.
Yeah, certainly not like it was.
No, that team that went 42-1-2 and won the whole thing. That was crazy.
Yeah, that's still my favorite team ever. Of any sport, any like league, anything. That's my favorite team ever. Is that 42-1-2 Maine Black Bears. So if we ever do our top 10 favorite teams of all time,
that's number one.
Just give me my number one.
Because was Garth Snow the goalie?
Garth Snow and Mike Dunham.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. So that was the 1-2 punch, and then I mean, Christ, and then they had
Korea.
The front line was Korea, Montgomery, and Cal Ingraham, who were monsters. And, that team was just so sick. That 42-1-2 documentary. If you haven't seen it, if you ever get a chance to see it, it's so fucking good. Like, and they were just, man, I mean, just killing people. I mean, it was just.
Korea was player of the year, right?
Huh?
Did Korea win the Hobie Baker that year?
Yeah, he won the Hobie Baker as a freshman, which is like.
That's right. He was a freshman, wasn't he?
Yeah. So, I think he had like 100 points or something.
It was something stupid.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean that team was so fun. I remember going to the airport when they flew home from winning the national championship, and it was just such a big deal, like at that time.
Well, yeah, because nothing ever happened like that before.
No.
Like the football team had a little bit of success, but nothing like this.
Nothing like that. So. That was cool, and just the dramatic fashion, how they won. It was such a great.
It felt like every game was close.
No, I mean, there were some close ones, but there were a lot of like 7-1 games.
Well, I'm talking about like when they won the national championship, wasn't that?
Oh yeah, they had to come back.
Yeah, were they down 2 goals in that game?
Yeah. And Jim Montgomery came. Yeah.
Were they down? Was it 2-0 or 3-1 or something like that?
Yeah, I think they were down 3-1 and they came back and won 4-3
in overtime, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, they had those two. It was like Lake Superior State, and they had like that tournament.
Oh, that was one of the best tournaments of all time.
Yeah, and they were just they had to come back and really play, but that was so awesome. I mean, I remember watching. Yeah, I mean, we used to watch those games, like in school. Like I can't remember one of the games happened like during the daytime. I can't remember if it was. I don't think it was the championship game, but
it was the semifinal was during the day.
So, yeah, and so I remember I was in fourth grade, and I remember my teacher he brought the TV and watching, and that's what we watched the game. So
I mean, it was a big deal. I mean,
yeah.
Look, Maine gets shit on because we're way the fuck up in the middle of nowhere, but not a lot happens up here.
Yeah.
Like all lately that happens around here is people get killed and people are doing bath salts and fucking bringing up illegal drugs from different states. Like that's, I mean, that's what we're known for now. And we give, and we give free shit to all these fucking people that come in. So, so if you want to come to Maine and get free shit, come on in because our governor will let you because she's a fucking cunt. So, but honestly though, like sports wise, we haven't had anything.
Yeah.
I mean, so they won in 90. That was 93, and then they won in 99, right?
Yeah.
And that was an interesting season, 99, because he did just die.
Yeah, he had passed away in
98.
Yeah, I think 97 or 98 there. Yeah. So
because he had cancer, right?
yeah. Yeah.
And he was still the coach when he died.
Yeah. Yeah. Like he wasn't like, oh, I'm taking a year off to go get, like, he like wrote it out as long as he could, and then he passed. But yeah. No, for a while, I mean, we didn't really have much of anything. The only thing that came close to that like hype or excitement was Cindy Blodgett.
Yeah.
That was like those women's basketball games used to be insane.
Yeah, because they won
I'd
4
go to
gold
the
balls in
men's
a row.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go to the men's games, and we were like front row, like in between the benches. My aunt and uncle had season tickets, and you'd look around, and there's nobody there. But those women's games, I mean, for a while, like the women's basketball and the ice hockey team were like completely funded all the other sports. Like,
yeah. Well, if you think 4 years before that, when she was in high school,
yeah,
she won 4 straight gold balls.
Yeah, she was unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
And so, but then so she got drafted really high, like second or third pick or something, and but not much ever became of that. But still, but it was like cool that was like one of the last like local, big local sports stories. But
oh yeah, but yeah, like you said, between them and hockey, they dominated the headlines for 4 years or whatever it was. But did Korea come out early?
Yeah, he left after his sophomore year. Yeah. So and half of the sophomore year he had he was doing like a lot of the Olympic stuff because of 94, and so he was only there kind of like half the season anyway, and then he got drafted by the Mighty Duck, and he never came back. So but yeah, I mean, he was ready to move. It would have been cool if he stayed, but it's like, he was so much, head and shoulders above everybody else. It didn't make any sense. So
no, yeah, he was, he was probably the best player to come out of that program.
Oh yeah,
by far. Yeah. Let's see. The weather's getting nice. Golf season will be starting soon.
Yep.
Herman was packed yesterday.
Yeah.
When I came home from work, I go down the Billings Road, and I looked at Herman. I'm like, oh my, cars were parking on the front lawn, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. Cars were parking on the fucking greens. I mean, it was
yeah, sure.
Anything goes at Herman's. They always open as soon as, not even all the snow melts. As soon as some of the snow melts, they open.
Yeah, because they only had a couple weeks ago. They opened. They only had They had 14 holes open. That's it.
Yeah,
just to open.
Yeah, yeah. They're always the first to open, but it's like Jesus Christ. But and a lot of times it's like it's no carts because the ground's too soft. But yeah, I mean whatever. But yeah, so it's getting to be that time. So things are getting nicer. I bought hiking boots the other day. So
wow.
Yeah, that's going to be a thing pretty soon. So
really,
yeah.
Okay.
Girlfriend's whipping me into shape.
I'm sad. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. So your homework today is to finish WrestleMania and watch tonight.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, so. Good. All right. Do you predict anything's going to happen tonight?
Another rain delay.
Yeah, that very well could happen.
No, I don't predict. I haven't been around it, too much in the last, couple of years. So it's like I can't predict anything other than I'll probably be disappointed in most of it. I think that's the only safe bet I have. But no, I'll still watch it, and it'll be fine. But yeah, I'm like we said, I'm mostly looking forward to the Jericho interview. I think that's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, and they did like a minute clip of that, and they said favorite tag teams, and he said Guevara and the Big Show.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, Impact had a show yesterday.
Exactly. Sorry, I didn't have any crickets around to play the cricket.
But so we're gonna wrap up here, and we will. I'm gonna leave on this note, just so this was the greatest thing I sent to our group.
Yeah. Yeah.
The classic Virgil picture at WrestleMania weekend with the tie-dye shirt. Wrestling is gay. Oh. This is from the same guy who went on Instagram and had a picture of his balls hanging out.
Like literally all he does is go on the internet and talk about Olive Garden. like he's a lunatic. So.
And he should be in the Hall of Fame. Really, we should push for that on this show. Put Virgil in the Hall of Fame. Like, why not? I mean, because John gave me some flack, but the Hall of Fame's a shit show. It's a popularity contest. Look, I get,
but not necessarily a popularity contest amongst the fans.
It's all who they wanted. And...
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you're not a Hall of Fame if Owen Hart's not in by now.
Yeah.
And as much as I hate to say this, but Chris Benoit should be in there too.
Yeah.
Even though what he did was horrible and tragic. But as far as wrestling wise goes, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so funny. It's the same, different scenario, obviously, with the Owen Hart stuff. Owen Hart, deserves to be in there, but I think it's basically, his wife just being like, "Hey, fuck you, don't keep my name out your mouth," like kind of.
I mean, I get it, but like, you know what I mean, though, like,
like he's,
and I get why Benoit's not, but
as
a fan, I'm just like, man, like,
So.
When
does Jericho go in? That's what I'm excited to see. So
will Jericho even accept it?
Oh yeah, I think he will, but I bet he's gonna be one of those guys where they make him wait for fucking ever, I bet. So
why? Because he's not there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if they're smart, they sell to Disney and they put a physical Hall of Fame at Universal or something.
Yeah, that's what they should do anyway. Jesus Christ.
I mean,
you get that warehouse that all of us would fucking beat off to go spend a half hour in.
Oh yeah.
Why not put that somewhere?
Can you, man? I would go to that more than I'd go to any other Hall of Fame.
Oh fuck yeah, for sure.
I mean, hey, we're going to Florida for the weekend. Why? I'll go to the WWE Hall of Fame. Why? Because I want to see all their cool shit.
Yeah.
But like, just imagine the building you would need though to display all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they can do it. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it would have to be huge, but there's plenty of other museums that are giant and have a ton of shit in them. But
I mean, but those are the museums that we don't care about. So fuck them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Billy Herschel just made a putt off the green, and it's not going well for him.
Oh, Billy.
Oh, I mean, he was so mad yesterday. I watched that feature coverage on ESPN Plus. He was so mad yesterday. He was just like, and I was just like, dude.
We've all been there.
Yeah, you're playing on the hardest course probably in the world. Like, like putting on fucking panes of glass. Like,
right.
Oh well, it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll wrap this up. A little, just under an hour. I think we've not bad for us today. Hey, good show. Lots of wrestling over the last week. More wrestling this coming week, and we got NXT on Tuesdays now. Got Raw tomorrow. Oh, before we go, we got to talk about this real quick. So, Tom Phillips out as the Raw commentator.
Yep. Good.
They're gonna hire Adnan Virk, who used to be on ESPN.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No shit.
Yeah. So he's taking over as of tomorrow.
Wow.
And they're moving Corey Graves over and getting rid of Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Adnan Virk, Corey Graves, and Byron Saxton.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're going to make Corey do double duty between SmackDown and Raw. They haven't said yet. But yeah, that's the rumor that hit over the weekend, that Tom Phillips, because he wasn't there last night.
No.
Because it was Cole doing it with them.
Yeah.
So.
And I wish Graves would just do like all the pre-show stuff. Maybe just talk during commercials or something, but I just can't stand it.
Yeah, he's kind of annoying.
Yeah. But like that was one thing, when I was watching today, I was like, man, it's like they just don't have any of the old personalities that they used to,
So
it just it just sucks,
No, because they don't allow them to.
Yeah, right. That's like, God, that's what's missing, is the Heenans and JR in his prime, and King, and everybody, just I even like JBL quite a bit, but it was it's just you're missing that like person who's like,
you're missing the character of the announcers that they don't let them have. And that was all natural, like
right.
Heenan and Monsoon, they're one-liners, man.
Yeah. Fuck. So good.
I mean, you can never get that. Like that was comedic gold that they didn't know they had. Like, even Vince wasn't that bad on commentary, but Vince never called shit though. Like if you go back and, well, we can't go back because the Saturday Night's Main Events aren't there. Go back and listen to some of that shit. Vince didn't call shit.
Yeah.
It's just you gotta watch the Foley Edge documentary they did. About the WrestleMania 22 match.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good it was like a chronicle or something along those lines. I watched it last weekend. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then there's I don't know if it's not a chronicle, it's a time, I don't know what it's called, but they talk about their match. It's like 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
And then I guess there's an Edge chronicle. They chronicle Edge from last June all the way up to January, about after he tore his bicep and shit. Because he knew he tore it. He goes, I just tore my bicep.
Canadians, man, they're tough.
Well, some are pussies. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna have a fantastic day. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for all the well wishes and watching our shit. This is fun. We do this for fun. We do this for each other. We don't do this for anybody else, because if we did it for other people, then we'd actually get paid for it. So we don't.
Yeah.
So this has been the weekly wrap with Vachon and Rapp, and we're gonna go. See you all later.
See ya.